In Maya, we want to then import our low resolution mesh. The first thing I want to tell you is if you are using an earlier version of Maya, such as 2009, there's something that you need to know. It's very important that you check prior to importing your mesh if you're working back and forth in ZBrush. When you open your import options, down here under File Type Specific Options, if you open that, in older versions you will have, if you choose an OBJ, you will have selections true and false. Now by default, true is set on, and if you leave it that way, you will reorder your verts upon import, which will make your ZBrush work unusable. So very important. This is just in older versions. Here in Maya 2011, you have an update to that. You can update, or you can select single object, multiple objects, but then here is a checkbox for use legacy vertex ordering. If this option is off, the import vertices order would be preserved. So by default it is off. You just want to make sure that you're not reordering your verts, because that will make your ZBrush work unusable. And I just typically use best guess. It seems to be working fine for me. So on import, I'm going to go ahead and get the OBJ file that we've been working with. And we can turn on smooth shade up here under normals. We can soften the edges of that. And now what we need to do is go ahead in our attribute editor, we're going to begin to assemble the textures. So first thing we want to do is right under common material attributes, bump map, we'll go ahead and begin. Here we go, file. Now right here where it says under 2D bump attributes, use as, we're going to use tangent selection, and then we're going to go get our file. And we'll select the normal map, which we just exported. Alright, you can already see some changes here to the face. We'll go right over here in the viewport options, shading, hardware texturing, and renderer high quality rendering. And that will be able to show us what our normal map is looking like. Now the really nice thing about the integration between Maya and ZBrush is that if you go back here to ZBrush and you export your model as an MA file, just do that very quickly, MA file, I've already done that for you. Then what that does is, if you've already created your texture maps and your UV, your UV layout would be in place, your displacement map, and if you have paint on texture, if you have all of that set up already, when you create your Maya ASCII file, your .ma file, it will actually take all that information and save that in the file. So when you import that into Maya, all of that construction work will already be applied for you. So now what we can do is create a new scene so that I can import that and show you the new memory file here. So if you then select your hardware texturing again and your render options, you can see right there that it already has created your setup. And another nice thing about Maya is that it already creates a lighting setup. It already creates a mental ray subdivision approximation node for rendering, and yeah, it's added the smoothing for you, and it's all right there. Additionally, I want to talk to you about the options for GoZ, which is available in the newest version of ZBrush. It allows you to jump back and forth between ZBrush and your 3D application very easily and quickly, and with just your selections that are currently set, you can very easily have a nice a workflow and pipeline increase the speed of your production times.